They warned us, didn't they? They said, don't disturb what you don't understand. But we didn't listen. And now, something ancient is awake. The town of Eldermoor, blanketed under a permanent veil of winter snow, was more than just a picturesque, quiet village. It was a place riddled with old whispers, stories of things long forgotten yet never truly gone. At its heart lay the legend of the Solstice Stone Circle, a hidden relic of an era older than memory. The legend spoke of an ancient ritual performed on the winter solstice, meant to keep a balance between the world of the living and the realm of shadows. No one knew who built the circle or why, but the elders warned, "Leave the stones alone. They hold more than you can bear." But the younger generation, like always, scoffed at the warnings. Among them were Sam, Alex, and Maya, inseparable friends and self-proclaimed seekers of the truth behind the tales. This isn't just some creepy bedtime story. Maya insisted one crisp winter evening as the three gathered around a crackling fire. The glyphs on the stones align with astronomical patterns. It's ancient engineering. We have to see it. Alex smirked. You mean the haunted rocks? Please. It's probably just moss and some bad vibes. Sam, the pragmatist, adjusted his glasses. If it's that important to you, fine. But I'm not buying into all this supernatural nonsense. And so, as the longest night of the year descended, they set out for the circle, armed with flashlights, a journal, and more bravado than sense. The path to the stone circle was treacherous. Frost-covered branches clawed at their jackets, and the biting cold grew sharper with every step. Eldermoor's deep woods, normally filled with the rustling of wildlife, were unnervingly silent tonight. As they entered the clearing, the sight before them stole their breath. The Solstice Stone Circle stood tall and foreboding, each monolith weathered by centuries yet eerily intact. Snow swirled around them as if repelled by an unseen barrier. "This is incredible," Maya whispered, stepping closer to the largest stone. On its surface, faintly glowing glyphs pulsed with an otherworldly light. "It's responding to the solstice," she breathed. "Or someone's running a hidden light show," Alex joked, though his voice trembled. Suddenly, a deep, resonating hum filled the air. The snow beneath their boots vibrated. "What was that?" Sam asked, his voice taut. Maya crouched by the stone, brushing away the frost to reveal a depression in its base. A keyhole? No, it was more intricate, something meant to connect. Her eyes darted to her bag, where an old crystal disc she had found in her grandmother's attic was tucked away. "Could it?" "Guys," she said, pulling it out. "This might be the missing piece." "Wait," Sam said, alarm flashing across his face. "We don't know what we're messing with." But curiosity burned brighter than caution. Maya placed the disc into the slot. The ground shook violently as the disc locked into place. The glitz on all the stones flared to life, casting the clearing in a cold blue glow. Alex stumbled back, his flashlight dropping from his hand. Before their eyes, the center of the circle caved inward, revealing a staircase spiraling down into the earth. "What the hell?" Alex muttered, his bravado shattered. But before they could react, the temperature plummeted. Their breath crystallized midair as an unnatural wind howled through the clearing. And then, from the stairs, a shadow began to rise, tall, featureless, and cold as death itself. Its voice was a low, echoing rasp. "Who dares awaken us on the solstice night?" The trio froze, their disbelief swallowed by a bone-deep fear. "Run," Sam yelled, grabbing Maya's arm. But the shadow moved faster, spreading outward like blackened frost. The circle's stones acted as its anchors, drawing its power from the very earth. "You have broken the seal," it hissed. "Now the balance shall be reclaimed, with your souls." As the light from Maya's phone struck the shadowed figure, its edges flickered like an old film strip, distorting and bending. The guttural growl intensified, reverberating through the clearing like a scream muffled by water. The monoliths seemed to pulse in response, their glowing glyphs now crackling with an electric energy that crawled across the surface like living veins. "Keep it on it," Sam yelled, his voice shaking. "I'm trying." Maya's hands trembled as she gripped her phone, the light faltering. The creature recoiled from the beam, its jagged form shrinking slightly, but its faceless void continued to stare at them, pulling at their senses like a black hole. "That thing isn't just trapped," Maya realized, her voice barely above a whisper. "It's feeding off the dark. Every second we stay here, we're giving it strength." "Then we need more light," Alex shouted, fumbling for his lighter. He struck it desperately, but the flame barely lasted a moment before being snuffed out by the oppressive cold. The figure took another step forward, its form stretching unnaturally, arms lengthening as if to reach for them. The shadows cast by the monolith seemed to move with it, creeping closer like liquid night. "The glyphs," Sam shouted, pointing to the glowing symbols. "They're reacting to something. Maybe they can stop it." Maya hesitated, her instincts warring between flight and the pull of curiosity. Her gaze darted to the central stone, where the keyhole and the crystal disc still shimmered faintly. The glyphs closest to the disc flickered in a pattern, almost like they were waiting for a command. "What are you doing?" Alex demanded as Maya ran toward the stone. "I think this is part of the ritual," she shouted back, her breath fogging in the freezing air. "If this thing was bound here, there must be a way to contain it again." The figure let out a low, resonant wail as Maya reached the central stone. The sound was unbearable, like nails scraping across the inside of her skull. Her knees buckled, and the phone slipped from her grasp, its light spilling across the snow. "Help her," Sam yelled, grabbing Alex and dragging him toward Maya. The creature surged forward, faster than before, its jagged form splitting into multiple shadowy tendrils that lashed out like whips. One struck Alex, throwing him back against a stone with a sickening thud. "Alex!" Maya screamed, crawling toward the central glyph. The crystal disc was pulsing now, responding to her proximity. She placed her trembling hands over it, her fingertips grazing the glowing grooves. "Do something," Sam shouted, shielding Alex from another strike as best as he could. Maya closed her eyes, focusing on the glyphs beneath her hands. The symbols seemed to hum in her mind, a language she couldn't understand yet instinctively felt. Her fingers moved as if guided, pressing down on specific points of the carving. The circle erupted in light. The explosion of brightness was blinding, a cold silver radiance that lit up the clearing and sent the shadow creature howling in pain. The tendrils recoiled, burning away as they touched the light. The creature's form spasmed, collapsing in on itself as the glyphs on the stones glowed brighter, creating a dome of light around the trio. Maya opened her eyes, her vision blurred by the searing glow. She could see the creature's form shrinking, pulled toward the central stone as if it were being sucked back into the void it had emerged from. "It's working," she gasped. The creature's final scream shattered the silence, and with a deafening crack, the glyphs dimmed. The light faded, leaving the clearing bathed in the faint glow of the moon. The shadow was gone, and the air was still. Alex groaned, clutching his side as Sam held him up. "What the hell was that thing?" "I don't know," Maya said, her voice shaking. "But whatever it was, it's gone now." The stones sealed it again. Sam glanced at the central stone. The crystal disc was now dark, its glow extinguished. "Let's hope it stays that way." As they stumbled out of the clearing, the woods seemed to shift around them, the air growing warmer with every step. By the time they reached the edge of the forest, the first rays of dawn had broken over the horizon. Maya turned back for one last look at the woods. The circle was hidden again, shrouded by the trees and snow. But deep in her heart, she knew the danger wasn't gone, just waiting. And as the light of day overtook the night, the faint sound of whispers carried on the wind, promising that secrets buried by time never stayed silent for long. Lesson from the story. The problem. In the story, Maya, Sam, and Alex ventured into an ancient and mysterious site, the stone circle, driven by their curiosity and a desire to uncover the truth behind local legends. However, they soon find themselves trapped in a terrifying situation, as their initial disregard for the warnings and the secrets buried within the stone circle leads them into a life-threatening ordeal. Their reluctance to face their own fears and past mistakes causes them to become entangled in something far more dangerous than they anticipated. The solution. The turning point occurs when each of the friends faces their own truth. Maya admits to taking her grandfather's journal and dismissing the warnings. Alex reveals his fear of appearing weak, and Sam confesses his fear of the unknown. By confronting their deepest fears and truths, they break the curse that binds the stone circle, and the figure haunting them dissipates. Their honesty and willingness to face the truth allow them to escape the peril they had unwittingly triggered. The story teaches us that facing the truth and confronting our fears can set us free. When we hide from our fears or avoid the uncomfortable truths about ourselves, we only make the situation worse. Only by acknowledging our mistakes, embracing the truth, and being honest with ourselves can we find the strength to overcome challenges and move forward. The act of self-reflection and admitting our faults is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful step toward healing and liberation. If you enjoyed this tale of courage, self-discovery, and mystery, remember, don't be afraid to face your own truths. Like Maya, Sam, and Alex, we all have moments where we must confront our fears and embrace honesty in order to break free from the things that hold us back. Share this story with your friends to inspire them to face their own shadows and unlock their own paths to freedom.